What is up, everybody? How are all my acolytes doing out there in YouTube land? It is I, the cult classic Prince Akkanatan, happy to be here on my YouTube channel, presenting today my top 10 matches of 2018. The top 10 matches, in my opinion, that I was involved in last year. They're not in any chronological order, and they're not in order of any particular quality, because quality and length are not two things you think of when you think of Prince Akkanatan. So I'm apologizing, this video is a little bit late. I just want to do something a little bit long form, and I wanted to do it on my YouTube channel rather than Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, because sometimes you get tired of having your work seen or liked or even acknowledged by anybody. So it's going to sit here ignored on my YouTube channel. So here we go. 2018, some reflections. 2018 was a pretty good year. 2018 was a year. We can leave it at that. And all told, let's see, let's get the stats going. I wrestled 60 matches for 13 promotions. 14 promotions if you count Forza Lucha, where Cam Clutch, my exact double, did colored commentary. Hopefully in 2019 there'll be a lot more work for Cam. And I wrestled in 7 different states, including my first ever match in the state of Illinois. So even at my tender, broken down age, 11 years in the business, I'm still making debuts in new states. Go figure. I will also say I only had one match with the Patriot this year, which is kind of strange for me. I've got some sort of weird separation anxiety about that. But first, before we say goodbye to 2018, let me review what I felt were my 10 best matches. One more stat would be I only had one title in 2018, the UPWA Tag Team titles. I held it with Aaron Bradley as Prince and Property. We lost them 13 days into the new year, and that's a great place to start. Number 10. Prince Akkanatan and Aaron Bradley lose the UPWA Tag Team titles to Team Sexxay in Wilmington, North Carolina. I would love to get back down to North Carolina. That ride is a mother, but it is always great to be down there. The fans are wonderful. Matches are usually pretty great, and it's great seeing some folks that I don't get to see as often as I'd like, some Southern workers. And it was a nice swan song for Prince and Property, one of the best programs, I suppose, I was ever a part of, and who knows if it's over. I know Bradley's looking for his revenge. He may get it someday. That's why I always lock my doors twice. And not to get too shooty with it, it was a great angle that we both came up with, and one could not do without the other in that situation. Number 2. Did I say number 10 or number 2? Number 1? Are we going in backwards order? Anyway, the second on this list. Prince Akkanatan versus Crowbar. February, IWA. Not the first time we ever locked up, but it was different because this was babyface, fun babyface Prince Akkanatan versus mean, dark heel Crowbar. Normally, if I'm going to wrestle a name guy, a former WCW, former WWE type of guy, they're usually the good guy. I'm usually the bad guy, but it's great. And Crowbar played a bigger role in my 2018, and he really got my confidence back up, both as somebody that I wrestled and somebody that I wrestled for. So, big thanks for him. And the match itself was great. A lot of fun, showing off the goofiest stuff I could think of that he was willing to do. So thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful match, and thank you, Nutley. I hope to see you again really soon. Number 3. Prince Akkanatan versus the Kodiak Bear. The Kodiak Bear. I never thought I would be standing in the ring opposite from my mentor, the Kodiak Bear. A lot of people may not know the Bear, and that's a real shame, because first of all, I am a real proponent, a real mark, if you will, for the guys that shaped Northeast indie wrestling and are fixtures of the independents in the area. So it'd be guys like Magic, Crazy Ivan, Mr. Ooh La La, Lord Zoltan, a lot of, even the Metal Maniac itself. It's a real treat, and Bear has been a major part of the area. He's been a major part of my career, so if you don't like my style, it's all the Kodiak Bear's fault. You can blame him. And one of the great compliments I've gotten over the years, I believe it was Frankie Flo that told me after he wrestled the Bear that, oh, just like working Prince, which I don't know if that's a compliment to me or an insult to the Bear, but either way, I was happy to hear it. And this was BBWF. This was one of their last events, and it's a shame. Only 2 fans showed up to see this match. It was the pre-show of a Pro Wrestling Magic event, and I can't get any footage of it because it's state's evidence, I suppose. And the less I say about that, the better. It's evidence in some sort of suit, and I have friends on both sides of that. And it's a shame. I would just like at least a screenshot of me wrestling my mentor, but, stay tuned. Maybe things will change. Number 4. Number 4 was the Styles Clash at Project Diverge. Oh, that's gonna look great on the green screen. Yeah, fantastic. Project Diverge was a great idea. I hope they have another event. I don't know if they ever will. But the Styles Clash was the show stealer, so I was told. And that was a 4-way. Prince Akkanatan represented entertainment, as I do every time I take to the ring. I'm sure as hell not representing technical prowess, or size, or power, or bodybuilding. So I gotta represent something. I'm gonna represent entertainment. And I did so against Mike Dell, who represented hybrid. Even though I drove my hybrid, maybe I should have represented that. Gabby Ortiz, who represented speed. And Kongo. Not that Kongo, the other Kongo. Wildman Kongo represented old school, and I assume size. And the 4 of us, styles clash, but styles gelled. And this was, I encourage you to, the link will be in the description, so check this match out. This might have been my number 1 of the year, if we had to pick just one. But nonetheless, I hope to see Project Diverge in the future. And I hope to defend entertainment in wrestling. I am Sir Gaga, and you will be my Lady Gaga when you see me wrestle next time I'm in your town. Whoo! Number 5. Number 5 is my 500th match ever. It was against Rekon for XWA. Not that XWA, different one. It was for XWA in Manchester, Vermont, and it was my first flag match in a while. It's no secret. I don't do much anti-American stuff anymore. I'm still the Prince. In fact, I don't even know why I do the accent anymore. I don't know why I do the face paint anymore. But I don't know how else to talk, especially in a promo, especially when I'm in gimmick. But I found a solution to my flag match problem. I have this flag, and I have been running this gimmick down all of 2018, and it's not going to stop in 2019. And I got it off of Amazon, so Dan Ram, thank you so much for this flag. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of it. It's better than getting paid for that 2-person show. And Rick Recon is a fantastic athlete. A lot of rumblings about him, but there should be more. I hope to see a lot of success in Rick Recon's future, and it was my pleasure to give him a match that had a little bit more fun and gaga in it, rather than the technical prowess and the smart stuff that he probably should be doing to get noticed. But instead, he rolled around with a palooka like Prince Akkanatan, and we had some fun. So thank you, Rick. Thank you, XWA. And thank you, Vermont. I'll probably see you in another year. Maybe 2. Number 6. Number 6 is Joel Ruda and Prince Akkanatan against Lou Nova and Dante Jace. I'm not sure if Dante Jace goes by another name in wrestling, but I've known him for years. He's color commentator extraordinaire for Legendary Action Wrestling, which is where this match took place. It was great to be back at Legendary Action Wrestling this year. Those shows always have a great vibe, great Brooklyn vibe, and or Queens vibe, or maybe Torrington, Connecticut. Wherever they are, they have a vibe for sure. And for guys that have never wrestled a match before in their lives, Ruda and Dante both did quite well. The real star was outside the ring, and that was Ashley Rex, and I'm calling her Ashley Rex because I forgot her real last name. It was her first appearance anywhere in the world of wrestling, and to date the only. I hope she comes back, because the girl is talented, the girl is athletic, the girl is beautiful, she took direction very well, and if she if she so chooses to dedicate the time to learning how to wrestle, learning psychology, she could be a real force. You know, a beautiful girl could get signed in just a couple of weeks, and she could be a real asset. But enough pining for a girl that will never call me back. What else is new? I don't need to do that in a public forum. Number 7. Prince Akkanatan versus Gunner Trash in 2018 in Rutherford. My first matchup was against Gunner Trash, and Gunner Trash's first matchup was against me. Our first matches were against each other. So more than 10 years later, to go one-on-one with Gunner Trash for a North American title in front of his hometown and ostensibly my hometown, it's a head trip. And it was great, part of Rescue Mania, which has probably been one of my favorite places to work for this year. And really the highlight was getting fiendishly drunk. It was sponsored by Mason Seller. If I'm ever a sponsored athlete, that's who I want sponsoring me. And I got lit with the lit superstar Sebastian Cage, as well as Big Adam Payne, Cheyenne Ortiz, great commentator, and still put on a great match with Gunner Trash. And the Trash Prince feud is far from over. It's 10 years long, 10 years strong. Into the future we go. Number 8. Number 8 is Prince Akkanatan unsuccessfully going for the ECPW television title against Kenny Bengal. Kenny Bengal is a star. Kenny Bengal is going to have a great 2019. This was our first one-on-one match, even though we've known each other for years. I'm happy to say, well, I wasn't happy to say that through 2017, through various versions, our friendship suffered, nothing directly, but after this match, we were able to mend fences, and I'm proud to call Kenny Bengal a friend of mine again, and I look forward to seeing him continue to grow, continue to become a top guy. Mark my words, he will be a top guy by the end of 2019. So good for Bengal. This was in Staten Island. I have good luck wrestling in Staten Island. Number 9. Number 9, Prince Akkanatan versus Matthias Glass, the last chapter, supposedly. This was in Highland Mills. Supposedly, this is Matthias Glass's final match. It was also the site where I had my retirement match, my second retirement match, in 2017. Always a good time in Highland Mills. Great crowd. Great. Hope to be back there later this year. And it's always fun. It's always a great time with Matthias Glass. Thank you so much, and Mazel Tov. Enjoy your retirement, Bubba. Number 10. Number 10 was at Crossroads, Ace Crossroads, their biggest event of the year. Prince Akkanatan versus Alvin Alvarez. And I liked it, although I'm sure plenty of people were upset that the women's match got cut for one reason or another. One of the competitors was unable to make it, so they said, throw the fool out there. Prince has got nice enough boobs. Send him out there. Send him out there with Alvin Alvarez. 2 Ace stalwarts for your entertainment. Great chemistry, great crowd, great venue. In fact, that was where I had my first retirement match. How many more of these am I going to have? Who knows? But nonetheless, thank you, Alvin, for a great match. Thank you, Ace, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for having me in 2018. All 13, 14, maybe more promotions that I wrestled for last year. Hope to be back at all of you, and new ones. Prince is available for bookings. Probably available for commentary. Probably available for managing. Probably available for booking. Or just promos. Stick with what you know. Nonetheless, there are also some honorable mentions for my favorite matches of the year. Maybe I didn't have a story for them. Maybe I can only fit 10 on the list. Or maybe it's already gone about 15 minutes in this video. That's enough. So nonetheless, like, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the comments, whatever you want. I'm probably not going to read the comments, but talk to yourself down there if you like. Thank you. I look forward to doing more YouTube videos, and tell me what you want to see. Thank you so much. This is Prince Akkanatan. Get hooked! Woo!